Hey friends, Sadie here, your Florida Georgia guide for all things real estate and lifestyle here on the Florida Georgia line. Today it is super rainy and I am sitting in front of Wildlight, which is around Yulee, Florida, and kind of like close to the Florida Georgia line. Wildlight is a beautiful community, so I wanted to drive through Wildlight and show you kind of the different neighborhoods while we drive by, but then it's rainy, so you could also see what it looks like when it rains, because there are some places that flood, but I have noticed that Wildlight has a really good drainage system. It's been raining the last like 3 to 4 days, so I just thought it would be a good opportunity to show you what it looks like in Wildlight when it rains. So let's take a look. Alright, so we are turning into the Wildlight community. So to the right and the left, you'll see the different trails that you could walk, which is really nice. There are over 10 miles of trails, plus some, in Wildlight. There's different ponds that you could walk around that are beautiful. So the first neighborhood up here on the left is the Hawthorne Park neighborhood, which is a builder called Pulte, and those homes are beautiful. There's a little roundabout here. So we're passing the Hawthorne Park community. There are about 10 to 15 homes still available in that neighborhood. So if you're interested in seeing what those look like, I'm happy to make a video. Just let me know. All right, we have another roundabout here. So to the right, you'll see like a little parking lot area. That's just where people can park so they can walk around that beautiful lake that's right there. What we're gonna drive towards is Del Webb, which is a 55 and up community. We're gonna be driving past the elementary school, the pool, the YMCA. We'll go back into the construction area where the new neighborhood is being built. But to the right now, we're passing Del Webb, which is that 55 and up community. They still have tons and tons of inventory. So if you're interested in a 55 and up community, definitely check out Del Webb. Inside Del Webb, it's its own little paradise, I'd say, because it has its own community center where they have tons of events, its own pool, its own pickleball courts, and gardening center. So they're almost done selling phase 2. They're completely sold out of phase 1. There are some resales. They're almost done selling out phase 2, and they're just now starting building of phase 3. So, and as you can see, it's a rainy day. It's dry, gray and gloomy, but it's still beautiful here. Still so beautiful. Fix my camera. There we go. So to the left we have Forest Park. To the right we have Del Webb. Forest Park was one of the first neighborhoods that was put into Wildlight. So there are some resales, but they're pretty much done building there. Alright, up next we are driving past the elementary school. Fun fact, I also made a video of me rollerblading throughout this neighborhood. So if you would like to see some rollerblade action, that actually gives you a little bit more insight and like shows you, I show left and right. So while we're driving past these things, you could actually see those in the rollerblading. I show you what the elementary school kind of looks like from the outside. So Just letting you know. All right, so we just passed elementary school. We have Forest Park still here on the left, another section of it. And then straight ahead on our right is going to be our swimming pool. The pool is actually gorgeous here. They have a nice shaded section. They have tons of lawn chairs or tanning chairs. All right, so we have to the left, which is the main town area of Wildlight. It has all of our restaurants and our gas station, Wawa. We're gonna go to the right though. So, and then straight ahead, there's actually some beautiful nature trails. One thing I love about Wildlight is all of the nature all throughout, and that's the one big thing that they focus on, is still preserving that nature aspect where they have trails throughout the woods that are paved and safe for you to walk on, but you know, it's a brand new construction community. So to the left here, it's the exchange at Wildlight. It's apartment homes, so homes that you could rent. To the right, we have Hamlet, which is also homes for rent. There's single family homes and then some townhomes. And then to the left is going to be I almost called it the wrong thing, Westerly Park. It is expected to be done at the end of fall of 2025, and there's just so much new construction back here. We'll drive past it a little bit more so you can see, but they are just starting to break ground here, and we are going to have a giant swimming pool back here. So they're going to have a secondary swimming pool. There's going to be tons of community funness. We're just going to do like a little illegal U-turn in the middle of the street, but it's okay because nobody's back here. All right, to the right, you can see some of this construction going on. That's Westerly Park again, so it has tons of... We're in the middle of this road, sorry for the bumpies. But you can see all of the construction. They're working on flattening out the ground. Put you back up here. Alright, so we drove back here. Now we're going to drive to the main area of Wildlight, which is the town district. I do believe back behind me is what they're going to be calling the garden district. There is a garden district that there's so much land that Wildlight is still working on developing, new neighborhoods, new shopping, new restaurants. So really excited to see how Wildlight continues to develop. That's why I believe that you should definitely, if you're interested in Wildlight, get in now, because as the area continues to develop, your equity in your home will only continue to grow. So highly recommend you checking it out, Wildlight now. And if you're interested, you can give me a shout, shoot me a text if you want to see a specific model home or have any questions about the area. Shoot me a text. Happy to chat. All right, we're back at that fork of the road. We have the YMCA right here on the right that they're passing. It's also connected to a UF Health. I believe it's like a rehabilitation doctor's office type thing. It's a giant facility. Right now we're driving into the main section of Wildlight, the town district. Sorry, windshield wipers. My car thought it was raining. So we have some apartments right here on the right, the lofts, and then we have some single family homes up here on the left. would be Founders Park area. All right, so we are entering the main area. We have One Rainier, which is the main developer for the area. They usually develop the land that Wildlight's on and other areas around the area of Yulee. They own tons of land, so they develop that. We have Mokama, which is a beer company. It's Mokama Wildlight, so there's a Mokama Yulee, and it's huge, beautiful. So it's really cool that we have a Mokama right here at Wildlight. It has a beer on tap, coffee, delicious. There's these beautiful yellow wildflowers that are growing right here. I don't know if you can see them, but all right. So I guess let's keep it moving so we aren't stopped in the middle of traffic. But here, straight ahead to the right, you can see the apartments. And then I'm gonna do a little turnaround thing here so you can see we have our very own Wawa right here in Wildlight. Super cool. There is some electric vehicle charging right here in Wawa, or right outside Wawa, which is cool. And then we have specific Tesla chargers right behind some of these restaurants back here. So that's super cool. So straight ahead to the left is some of the commercial options that we have. It's just like empty commercial buildings right now, but I'm excited to see what gets put in there. Then we have the strip mall area that has a liquor store, and then T-Mobile, sushi, Mexican, firehouse, all the things. And then last place, I promise you've been great if you're still watching and just listening to my voice as I drive around the neighborhood. We're gonna go straight ahead, and there's tons of options.